Hello YouTube, Tim here, how you all going? Just thought I'd just come down and do a quick motor vlog. It's about 6 o'clock here on a Sunday night. By the time this gets uploaded to YouTube, it's probably going to be about Tuesday night. See how we go. Just thought I'd just let you see what I've done to the bike since I last put this one on my channel with any sort of film or any vlogging. I've got it running because I want to show you these indicators that I bought. The LEDs, I've done away with the big gangly 1980s looking orange things, and I got these LED ones. They're really quite they're quite compact. Anything I find that they're a bit loose, so when you're riding along they tend to blow back. So I might actually have to put something around here to sort of strengthen it up. Don't know yet, I'm still working on it. So let's put these indicators on to show you. See what you reckon. There you go. Cascading LEDs. They actually look pretty good. Not too dull, which is a good thing. A lot of LED stuff can be a bit dull. Just put it on so you can see all the both going. There you go. Pretty cool, huh? They're like 65 bucks posted from the UK. I did have to buy an LED relay though. Also hyper flash. You know, they flash, they go flap, 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 flap really quickly because people can't do them properly. But there you go, on the front they look pretty good. I've changed the globe in the headlight from the standard one. This one's got it's 110% brighter apparently. That wasn't a drug deal or anything. Two cars pulling up, one leaves and the next one leaves straight away. I'll turn it off now. So what I've also done is I put on this really wanky fucking tank pad, pardon my French. It says 1400 factory hover bike. That was pretty good. I got rid of the old warning factory stickers that were here. There's still a bit of an outline there. I cannot get it off. I think it's because it's a 15-year-old bike. The adhesive is actually probably like really ingrained into the paint now. The only downside to this thing, it's a silicone-y type thing. And I can't get this fur off it, and that's come off of my microfiber cloths, which is really weird. What else have I done to it? I did put my Triumph bar and mirrors on there, you know that was on my last vlog. I debadged it, you can see on the side there. Took the S off because it's just a tiny little S. What else? Oh, I got a radiator oil cooler guard, there you go, in black, this thing here. These are made by a company here in Australia called Radguard, and they're sold all over the world. They do the radiator guards, oil guards, the whole lot, because they are expensive to replace if you go genuine and get them to fit it. Here in Australia, the genuine part plus the fitting, you're up for nearly $1,000. You can probably buy them for 300 bucks, but then they just sting you with all the labour costs involved. I mean, most guys, like, you know, that follow me on YouTube and the guys that I follow, you guys, we all tend to try and do all our own stuff, you know, like oil changes and that. I do my own oil changes and that when I can. My own sort of tinkering maintenance, you could call it, not heavy duty maintenance, but tinkering maintenance to fit new things to the bike. I actually got this now as well. I don't know if you remember my last one. It had scratches down there. They're only mild, but I did actually get them sorted. This one here, I'm fixing up the other one, and I'm going to paint it all black and just have a black one on here. This morning went out for a ride, did about 200 kilometers. Last weekend I went out for a ride, did about 300 kilometers. I'm really loving this bike. This thing just eats up distance. Absolutely eats it, and it's so comfortable. In that seat, you know, I showed you on the last one, it's just plush, comfy. It's so comfy sometimes it gets uncomfy. Does that make any sense? Your bum just goes to sleep, but it's comfy sleep. I'm still waiting on I've ordered one of these. I'm still waiting on that to come through. It hasn't come through yet. It's coming from Germany by DHL. I don't know how long much longer it's going to take. It possibly could be this week. What else? Put little red valve caps on there. You can see them. You know, they sort of match with the red and the black. Still don't know if I've done the right thing by debadging it, but the one on the other side has been dropped or fallen over against the wall and it was all scratched. I did get another one, and when I put it on, I didn't line it up properly, so I went to peel it off to line it up, and I tore it. It was just like a rubbery sticker. It's a bit weird, really. but doesn't look too bad without it. It makes the tank look massive. Yeah, so it's a pretty sexy looking bike, especially now I cleaned up the arse end with by cutting that off and putting these on. The only thing wrong with these is they're a bit soft. I thought they would have been a bit more rigid there, so I might have to get some irrigation hose and put it around there and just, I don't know, work out some way to hold on there, maybe with a black zip tie, just so it strengthens, because they'll end up bending back in the wind. But yeah, that tank pad looks pretty smick from a distance anyway. Does the job. So I've done, when I bought this, I had 26,244. Now I've got 27,553. So I've done about 1,209 kilometres since I've had it. And I'll tell you what, this thing is absolutely a blast to ride. It's fast, it's comfy. 22 litre tank. Last week I got 300k, went for a 300 kilometre ride. I still had 2 bars on the fuel gauge. I filled it up this morning when I went out for a ride with the boys, and I still had, I think it was nearly 6 litres left in the tank. So 6 litres is probably going to equate to another, safely, let's just say safely 50, 60 k's. I probably could squeeze 80 k's out of it, but I ain't running out of petrol on this thing and pushing it. Not at 250 kilo, or 228 when she's dry. But yeah, so looking really nice. I like this bike. I was considering getting another exhaust pipe. This one looks good and sounds good, but I like them a bit shorter. With these sort of retro bikes, they tend to be quite large. They sound good though, because they're out the back and it's in the background, but geez, it sounds meaty. Oh, I've got a screen coming. Just a little screen that comes over, just covers over the top and comes back to about here. So it bowls over like that, over the gauges there. And yeah, we'll see what happens, see how it gets here. It's a Puig or Puig, depending on what you want to call it. Yeah, so far I'm really liking this bike. I wish I bought one of these a few years ago. It's one of those types of bikes that you would just keep it. You wouldn't get rid of it. I certainly don't think I'm going to get rid of it in a hurry. I mean, 6 piston brakes. Geez, I mean, I tell you, this thing stops so well. And it's only got rubber hoses. So I'm thinking about going to get stainless steel hoses for the brake lines and the clutch cable, or the clutch line, because it's got the hydraulic clutch. Try and get a slightly smaller pipe. Maybe one that finishes about here. Doesn't have to be in the stainless, polished stainless. It could be black or carbon, but from the back, I tell you, with that big ass tyre and those mirrors that I've put on there, this thing looks so good. Get a lot of comments about it. And the paint, I've had polished it a couple of times to get some swells and scratches out of it, and polished it today to get the safety stickers off of it. I've left the Suzuki Advanced Immobilised System one and that one, but there was a big safety stick. You can still see the outline. I think that's ingrained into the clear coat now. I cannot get it off. I've polished it. I WD'd. I used citrus glue remover. I got the actual pad and the glue or the adhesive off, but it's left the backing, like some sort of backing thing. Yeah. So if anybody has any ideas how to, because this is like it's a silicone-y, you can hear it. It's a very silicone-y type of tank protector. It's rubbery to touch. I tried to wipe it with a green microfiber cloth, and it's just left the microfibers all over it, and it's just feels like lint. If that makes any sense, it's probably the best way to put it. There's like lint all over it. I was a bit disappointed though. There's a few mold bubbles in there, and that's not me putting it on incorrectly. That's actually because it's quite thick. It's about that thick. Well, maybe that thick, 3 or 4 mil. And its top side's got the bubbles in it, so I think that's actually a fault when it was actually made. Anyway, I had to wait 4 weeks for it to come in, but yeah. So anyway, after that now we'll go for a bit of a quick ride. I'm going to go to the shop. It's Sunday night or Sunday evening. It's 6 o'clock or just after. Summertime's still here, as we're starting to come down to the end of February now, so the 1st of March. Technically by calendar it's going to be autumn, so then you guys that I follow in the northern hemisphere, you'll be heading into spring. I bet you guys are going to be loving that. There you go, 6:08. So today I've done 215 kilometres and I've only used half a tank. There you go. So this thing is so good. So that was my iron. I'll be pushing it to the service station. Mind you, it's only a 12 litre tank on the iron. It's 10 litres smaller than this. God, this thing's got some torque. As you can see, I'm getting used to it now. Newton-meters of torque. You just get on it and she pulls. Yeah, so nice bike to ride, very comfortable, fully adjustable suspension, big fuel tank. The mods I've done to it, when I get that screen at this stage, I think that's all I'm going to do to it. The exhaust that I'm talking about, well, that could just be an afterthought. I'm not sure what I want to actually do with that. I do like the one I got on here. I don't want to go too loud. A lot of the shorter pipes on this bike will be a lot louder. Once I get the screen, I'll just see how I go. I did get a screen when I bought it that finishes up about here. It's a touring screen, Divi one for it. If you watch my last vlog on this, when I got it about 5 weeks ago, the screen actually looked the part. It actually looked and suited the bike. It's just that your head just got battered by it. The wind, it was just, I'm just at the wrong height. Just at the wrong height for that windscreen. And you could push it forward, but because it was probably not 100% made, you could push it forward, and the wind at 100 k's or around about that would actually push it back. So when you pushed it forward, it wasn't all that bad. So my last vlog I did it on the Iron 1200, and the title of that was Unsubscribing Subscribers. So I got a lot of good feedback from you guys. What you thought it could be, that kind of thing. What affects it. Is it bots, dormant accounts? People actually change their bikes so they no longer want to watch the type of bike that you're riding, and they were interested in that before. What else? People they just don't, if like YouTube might shut someone's account down, they're just not used. That's my work. See that lawn there? Look how green that is. That is so green. When I first started, when I come back here, that was a desert, just a few tufts of grass there. I fixed it. So yeah, this bike is really, really good. It's fast, powerful, got a good range out of the tank. It's a really good nick. For you guys out there that actually have these bikes, watching this now, if you are watching it, thanks for watching. That's all I can say. I'll be bringing a lot more of these my videos with this bike over the next couple of months. That's the beauty of having two very different types of bikes. This thing is like just a highway chewer, and it's corn as well, as you can see. But she's a big girl, and the Harley, that's a totally different type of bike. Just a cruiser for cruising along. When you're not in a hurry, you can give it a bit of stick. You can't beat the sound of a Sporty with a good set of pipes on there. What else? So I'll be bringing videos on both. I'm probably going to start, if I can, sort of changing it up a little bit. The content that I'm going to bring you, a friend of mine that I used to work with at the Honda dealership I used to work for, he now works, he works for Harley. I bought my Harley Davidson Iron 1200 from him. The thing now is I'm going to be probably trying to do some test rides on Harleys. Yep, so I got sidetracked. Going to do some test rides on Harleys. The 2021 models have just come out. I was in there the other day having a chat with him. They've got the 2021 Street Bobs. Oh mate, they look fantastic. They look fantastic. Of course now they've got the 114s in them. The Softail standards have kept the 107s. I mean, technically they're the same platform. Street Bob up until, well, this new model change was a 107 as well, but they were all blacked out, and you had colour, and you had obviously colour options available for it. There's some great colours on the new Street Bobs. The black with the orange, the Baja orange, some sort of pearl white colour, some green colour. Actually looks pretty good. Oh, thank you, take your time. Got all year. Yeah, what else? I'm actually really interested in that, but they got the live wire there. Don't know about that. I'm still on the fence about that one. Jury's out for me. I don't know if I want to ride an electric bike. Yeah, so just stay tuned, because I'm going to be bringing some more content, test riding some bikes. Get that line. Summer's starting to wind down now. I've got a charity ride coming up. It's called the Black Dog Ride. I don't know if you guys overseas are familiar with it. It's really big here in Australia. They have national rides across Australia. They have what they call the one-dayers. So big groups of bikes go out, and they raise coin for suicide prevention, that kind of stuff. It's a big thing for us here. I've done it probably 4 or 5 years. Didn't do it last year. It was cancelled because of COVID. So that's coming up. We've got the York Motorcycle Show coming up April 19th. It's the biggest